Hello and welcome back to HoI4 with our China campaign. We did our first flip of government. We're no longer the Empire of China, we're now the Republic of China. We still now need to flip to the to China. I think it's called China. Don't know actually. I'm saying too much China. Reminds me of Donald Trump. We are getting there on our research list, so kind of start researching some support companies, as well as increasing our division sizes to, you know, contain slightly more men, and then not support artillery, remove it. Engineering and recon, save 50 points. There we go. Bam. No longer get effect from Zhu Peng. I don't know what that was, but whatever. Must have been a bonus. I probably was the flipping of the states that did that. Alright, Grand Duke Willem IV dies. Grand Duke Willem IV, Luxembourg, the second independent ruler of the country in its first Catholic monarch, has died after 5 years of regency due to poor health and old age. Marie Adelaide was ascended to the throne and expected to carry on his legacy. Marie Adelaide, you know, the Grand Duchess of Luxembourg, one of the last kingdoms on earth. There she is, Marie Adelaide. And the Balkan League. In a surprising move, several Balkan countries, including rival states Serbia and Bulgaria, have come together for the Balkan League. A military alliance is built up Austria. Yeah, no, I guess built up Austria-Hungary. Through the alliance doctrine of Habsburg, it's far more likely that the state divides the four nations will be willing to target. Like, I don't know, the Ottomans. So these tiny nations here have become the Balkan League. Romania, however, is not in yet. They might join. I don't know if they will. Surprising question, though. However, Italy is still on the clutch here. Alright, Austria-Hungary, how many forces do you have? Because it's kind of not a lot. More. This is actually, okay, so this might be surprising, but the British army during this period was tiny. I'm not even joking. They had barely any army at all. They had they had the only, I think the only professional army in the world, at least the only professional army in Europe at the time, or this is one of the most well-trained, well-equipped armies. You could all call them professionals, but yeah, it's kind of weird considering that, you know, so much already happened in Europe, and that was not something that, you know, that armies like that, you know, armies were still fairly just, you know, conscription, that kind of stuff. These guys were, you know, truly professionals with that. Okay, so that gets Tibet in this list. So, both war plans. Sinking of the Titanic. The RMS Titanic was thought of unsinkable as met its end one of the largest maritime disasters in history. Alright, Porfirio Diaz has fled to Spain. Porfirio Diaz is no longer the president of Mexico. Diaz fell from power after he Olympic Games. And President Franco de Meritor, his electoral rival, declared himself the winner of an 8th term in office. He was being deposed by the Mexican Revolution. Adios, amigo. And the Olympic Games in Stockholm. These were the first physical events for women. And don't forget, at this time, women had very little rights. Mostly still a man's world. Now, there were female queens and all that kind of good stuff. It was still fairly limited. So, light aircraft or medium, heavy bombers and tactical bombers or fighters. I prefer my fighters to be more agile if I have to choose between those. So, we have neutrality policy. That means we'll never be invited by anybody. We should have the neutrality policy. Oh, where did that go? Neutrality focus is not something we gotten now. Okay. War in the Balkans. Serbia declared war on the Ottoman Empire. So the Balkan League basically was like, we're against Habsburg. Let's declare war on the Ottoman Empire. Just don't think about that too much. Kind of strange that I lost my neutrality focus. I don't really join faction with volunteers. This is a... doesn't really matter for us though, to be honest. So let's get field hospitals and maintenance companies in there. Added these divisions. Let's go with logistics. There we go. Let's see, what is stifling our production? Is that still, yeah, it's cannons, but it's also it's getting on the those guys. We need more wood. Surplus needed. The US is not delivering as it should. So from now, you know what? Germany. Let's send more factories to Germany. That actually might make a little bit more sense. Not when the war starts, but, you know. German Empire. Tungsten. Australia. Italy won the Italian-Turkish War. Yesterday, Italy and Ottoman Empire signed a treaty on Uchi near Luzerne. The Ottomans would withdraw all military personnel from the Trablus Benghazi Vilayet. Italy won the Italo-Turkish War. During that time, of course, let's see, these guys have 35 to 63. That seems about equal in strength, because Greece, of course, is in there as well. Just military police is what is needed to get that up and running. We're in 1912, so we'll get the armored car in there. You know, we don't really have the production to start working with stuff like that just yet. That will something that we can do in the back end. So I think we just go for this right now. 5% efficient speed sounds about nice. Plus, you know, we have to travel a lot of distance. And thanks to France and Germany. Okay. Right. Industry effort is in 1913. Can't go there yet. You know what? Let's go for a dockyard expansion. Actually start building some naval crap. So let's start with some convoys we need for trade. Oh, that's probably why we're not really capable of doing all of our trade, because of that. Let's see. Ship designer, naval research time, naval research time. So we got Ming Song, dock and engineering wars. You got Yang Nun? Or the Dagu? Even Ming Song. That sounds like I have no idea. Okay, so signal companies we added on. Okay, so at least deploy these, will you please? Alright, apparently we have some attrition happening. Wow, really? Okay, so local infrastructure is kind of preventing that from happening. Woo, we got 3 dockyards. Nice. Apparently what do I need here? More... I've got a surplus of iron. All of a sudden. I need oil. Big surprise. Germany, you're trading too little oil. So we're not gonna do that from you. Well, get some, you know, basic convoys up and running. First, let's get at least these up to 2. All these 3. And I got about 3. That will work. Yeah. So let's do a quick round of infrastructure. Because some of these places is really shit. And as these are, you know, staging grounds for our armies, I think it's a good practice to do that. So, according to this, how long will it take before we got all the infantry equipment required? It's gonna take about a long time. It's about a couple of 100 years. I should not really worry much about that. Maintenance companies are ready. We could search military police, but I don't think we want to just yet. 1916, 1915. Field hospitals are done. Why don't we start researching the scouts? Well, I guess armored cars are up and running now. There's no air doctrine necessity or a naval doctrine, as we don't have any airplane or ships yet. Plus, I don't really see any in the nearby future either. Well, I don't know what else to do. So, as we barely have any of our own resources anyway, free trade it is, because we need to import mostly everything anyway. So, yeah, construction, no, armored effort, there we go. Nice, there we go. add the final changes to our divisions. Field hospitals, there we go. Now it's just military police for these guys. So we need motorized as well as cannon. So let's just go and do this real quick. There we go. That makes sense in our production schemes. We're running out of factories apparently. Mexico City led by General Commander. Madero was arrested short time after assassinated along with Vice President. Okay, so a attempt. Okay. Okay, it's basically changing their. Okay. Right, women's rights. It is now happening. Well, entrenching battalions. It sounds like a plan. For now, I think we should just focus on getting our troops supplied with the equipment that they need. Because it's going to take a while before we have the industrial efforts to do that. Kind of strange to run in such a barren nation to start with. It's kind of fun that in the build-up period you're genuinely just building up. And not just, you know, producing insane amounts of whatever. The Russians probably don't like us because we are a republic and they are different. Yeah, different ideology. Well, we might surprise the Russian Empire because there will be one of the first fascist nations in the world, and we might, you know, support them with that. Entrenchment, don't care. Submarine, don't care. Strategic bombers, don't care. Well, special forces might be nice here. Well, got ourselves is good. And speaking of special forces, why don't we just start building them? Just waiting for fascism to kick in. That's gonna take a while. Armored cars are done. Well, it's 1913. So let's just keep with research that not ahead of time, and it might actually become useful at some point. Because the naval guys will just help us kick against the Entente. And the mountaineers will help us, you know, kick against the rest of it. Okay, next up is destroyers, which should join. We no longer have a fleet, like zero, nothing, nada. Well, that kind of sucks. So we got everything off the out of the war except for a fleet. Ugh. Which is Guangzhou, Nanjing, Shanghai, which is a 10 port. That makes sense. So Shanghai. Probably should make a manual system here of how much I want. Like, I don't know, we'll be a tiny nation, so like, let's start with like 30 destroyers, protected cruisers. I don't know what this is. Our light ships. Let's run about 10 of those. 15, I guess. And then I don't know, some armored cruisers because they're cheaper. I don't know, like 5 or something. This is a small, tiny fleet that can be built. Alright, alright. Only charges for... Okay, population... Okay, some... Fascist assault teams form. Alright, we have a large base, national unity. So as long as this event is... Okay. Balkan League was victorious. Serbia has peace. Mass production starts happening by Fort. When we get in the production lines, the Balkan League is victorious. Let's see what that changed in the area. Bulgaria grew, Greece grew, Serbia grew, Albania. Hello, welcome. Are you part of the? Nope. Marines, we're here. We're in July 1913, this is 1914, this is 1913, so why not just research the armored car? Well, I don't really need it right now. Neither do I need any of this. This is so out of date already. That's just staggering. 1916. Well, military police is actually something I do need at some point. I wonder how long it will last before the Entente will start kind of not really liking what we're planning on doing. I wish the US would stay independent though. Kind of hate that the US is going to be involved in this at some point. Army effort, not really needing that. Sanction Germany and Japan, nah. Don't really have any trade that's up, you know, that they would really want. Let's go for militarism. Okay. August. You know, the armored car can go. Then there's a couple of ships we could do if we become really desperate. Alright. Entrenchment, anti-submarine, strategic bombing, bomber attack, strategic bombing. Yeah, this is all. Submarine specialist. Submarines are something that you kind of want at some point anyway, so. Second Balkan War. Bulgaria declares on Serbia. So the rivals kind of like, oh, we had some great fight. But yeah, there they go again. Which was kind of the perceived notion of that area. There was like, there's always war in the Balkans. That's just the way it is. It's like we treat the Middle East right now in our current, like there's always crap going on there. The rest be split between Romania and Bulgaria. Rules since the conquest of Berlin, the entire territory is contained. So Bulgaria has a large war. Serbia is going to be fine here. Romania is at war with Bulgaria. These guys have proper trees to support this? Or these are just events that just tend to fire? Huh, interesting. Germany, how much of a unique tree do you have? Oh, you do have, okay. Because I was thinking, the neutral tree looks a lot like the German tree. Like the French tree is either you're gonna go to democracy or fascism just really doesn't really happen that much. French guy flying around the world, the Atlantic Ocean, not around the world. That's an achievement. It's gonna take a while before humanity manages to do that. Okay. Daily authoritarian. Wow, you can actually shift towards authoritarianism if you wanted to. Huh. Interesting. That's genuinely interesting. Military youth. So if the US would have a neutral focus tree and a generic tree, we could have done it differently. Who doesn't know what I'm talking about? We went Soviet, communist, and our US campaign that's currently running at the same time as this one. Which wasn't all that popular as a decision, but kind of just more a necessity than anything else. Okay, so we're gonna stop building large amounts of those. Okay, we got mobile defense or static defense. Hard attack or organization and reinforce rate. I just prefer this one, to be honest. We're not in 1914 yet, so that's fine. We won't get as many research slots. I think we only get one extra. Ah, 2 extras. Sorry. The game always corrects you when you're wrong. Oh, we have no Chief of Air Force. China is not meant to be played right now. That's pretty damn clear. Convoy raiding seems like a more efficient thing to do. Military youth, paramilitarism, Russian training tribe shortens. That's not really the problem we're working with here. Say generic lack of support equipment and some motorized equipment. Okay, just do it like that, I guess. More aluminium. 1914. So let's start with military research here and aluminium. Germany, please send me some more of your precious aluminium. We don't produce this, we barely produce any steel, so importing, you know, our trade laws kind of reflect the fact that we have basically nothing of our own. Okay, so next up is the improved equipment. So we're running at a 50% here. Yep, alright, people wanted the referendum. We became the Republic of China, or do you mean we just became China? Our flag is weird, and I've never seen it before, and our leader is like unknown. This is... okay, so yeah, we're China. I've never seen this flag. The party is called the Zhongshe Party. I want to see if there's anything about them. Zhongshe Party. Zhongshen Party. Zhongshen is apparently a bike. No search, is that just for the Zhongshe Party? It's very little known about them. Political party in the Qing Empire, known as the Royalist Party. Very little known about them. Images. No, Google is you know, Google is not really. There are a couple of. I don't know where this flag is coming from because I wouldn't. This Empire Party would not exist for a long time. That flag, however, is weird. I'll take a look at that later. For now, this is kind of awesome though. So, justify war goals against Tibet and Mongolia. Now we need 90 more political power. Treaty of Bucharest. Serbia have made a white peace with Bulgaria. Peace at last. Those damn. Alright, justify war goal, conquer Mongolia. There we go. 43 political power. Right, that's our first claims going out there. We might strike against Japan before they can... Are they part of the Entente? No, so we might strike at Japan beforehand. Right now, they might have a speed on a lot of things, but we might be able to do a lot more paramilitarism. There we go. Political fervor. This is not really that interesting as for now. Let's go with this infrastructure effort first. How long do these claims last? Because as a fascist, they kind of determined on how if we are at war and that kind of stuff. So 26th of August 1914. Okay. Their plans. Everybody is just sitting here ready to go. And we're still just building factories on the background here, just trying to get this production up and running. Let's see, motorized, about a year time. It's taking about also about a year. Improved infantry equipment. Gas mask is just some straight defense. Infantry defense or infantry motorized defense. This might actually just give us actual infantry by now. Not yet. I don't know when we're getting it. The future belongs to China. The future belongs to the Chinese people. We should probably just start producing proper equipment. Just realize that we didn't switch that out. Oakley dokley. We'll start stockpiling these a little bit slower and focus a little bit more on the destroyer fleet that I'm trying to build here. Okay, you can start. Let's see, which is the most skilled of you? That would be you. The guy isn't actually called you. The guy's called Sa Jinping. Sa Zhenbing. I have no idea. 1915. In 1915. Sorry. None of this really does something for me. This just gives me a lot of bonuses in research. Yeah, why not? Okay. We'd think that one of these would just, you know, enable infantry. Enables re-equipped infantry. That would be the helmets that would do the different infantry type. Okay, early motorized. Early motorized. Get them up and running as well. Okay, what we could do, what might be a smart thing here, is kind of just go all out on these guys, and when this one is done, because now it will be done in, yeah, it just takes half the time, and then we're going to switch our production towards a more suitable thing. By the way, civilian factories take forever to build, in case you didn't know. Like a military factory costs about 4,000. These cost a lot more. They'll all pay. Franz Ferdinand is dead. Franz Ferdinand is esteemed Archduke of the Austrian estate and Crown Prince of the Austro-Hungarian Empire lies dead. His noble wife rests beside him. Franz Josef has lost another heir. And to the damned, viles and bastards that are Serbians, the Serbian government officially denies involvement with the assassination. Gavrilo Princip blamed the Black Hand, though few believe a lack of government involvement. As far as we know, the government wasn't involved. It was purely a Serbian Black Hand plot. But this is, you know, history here is not 100%. We sent compensation. We have sent compensation demands to the Serbians. If they decline, they'll have hell to pay. It's kind of what the Austrians, you know, they've sent demands to hand over the people, but there is where the Serbian government became a little bit stubborn because they were backed up by the Russians. So they were like, yeah, we have a big ally. Austro-Hungary was backed up by the Germans, so yeah, they had a big ally. Russia and France were allies, and the invasion of Belgium forced England to actively participate in this war. Germany, parts of Germany were really into the war. Parts of, you know, like Bismarck wasn't really for the war and actually tried, as well as the German emperor that tried to, wasn't really looking for war. I was actually asking, because the German emperor and the German Kaiser, Wilhelm II was is the nephew of Nikolai II. These were nephews and they were good friends, so they kind of tried to prevent this war from happening by riding each other. But, you know, Russia could not back down from Serbia, Germany could not back down from Austro-Hungary, so this kind of just slipped into what became one of the most bloodiest conflicts this world has ever known, and was, you know, Serbia's refusal of Austrian demands led to the declaration of war, which no will be followed by countless others. Here begins the downward spiral into the World War. Dear God, what have we done? It's the first time one war has been fought on such a global scale. It's, I don't think incredible is the right word, but the more, everybody always focuses on the Second World War because, you know, it's the technology war. It's the war of aces and all that kind of stuff. The First World War, however, is just such a brutal thing, and I want to say far more interesting. It's different, but it's incredibly interesting to look at what happened, and it went to the same technological development speed as the Second World War, definitely. The guy was actually assassinated by a guy called Villain. So, Germany, will you this time prevail? I would kind of like if you would do that, because that would give me, you know, such much more confidence in everything. Our war declaration should be ready soon-ish. Alright, Tibet, it's done. Declare the war on Tibet, conquer. There's nobody who's going to intervene with that. Just 4%. You know, it is a minor war. Nobody's like, oh yeah, definitely, we're going to protect Tibet. Tibet didn't have the status then as it had now. I don't doubt Tibet has an army. They don't. So this is just quickly run in and get it over with. Nepal is part of the Entente, surprisingly enough. Well, Tibet, take all states, end the turn. Done. And we should probably just get the war with Japan up and running. Justify war goal, conquer South Korea, Taiwan, North Korea. Let's go for North Korea. Send. Ah, they're already joining the Entente. Shit. Cancel. Bigger chance to be marching to Russia now before anything else. Probably Afghanistan and Persia. In all honesty, we'll take this out first and just grow through there. And then I don't really know what we're gonna do just yet. Alright, Mongolia. Why can I not declare the war? There's a Russian puppet. Oh, when did that happen? If there was been a Russian puppet. Well, there goes that. Okay. What can we do? Because I don't want to go to war with the Entente right now. Because there's a lot of crap otherwise. We are bordering with Afghanistan, so... yeah, why the hell wouldn't we do that? Okay. Let's see, duplicate. What would it cost to change this to Mountaineers? Probably should not make them as heavy in the beginning, because, you know, they're mountains. Probably just at least one cannon. Rename him. Alright, there we go. Drop them right there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1 unit. This one is high priority, you just went to low priority. Alright, well, I'm not gonna declare war on Russians. That doesn't seem like a really beneficial thing to do. This will probably give us a minor hit in national unity. Well, because I'm not the smartest man in the world. We'll go for logistics first. How is this looking? We still need like a lot of them. Right, because it's just 80 days equipment effort. Nice. Sanction France and Germany. Not like we've got anything to trade, but you know. So these guys are joining the Entente, the annoying bitches. That truly annoys me, by the way, because now the entire world is kind of less like we're in the Entente, and I'm just sitting there as one nation, like, yeah. Could you please not do that? Because I would truly like to involve myself in the world and world politics, but this kind of prevents me from doing quite a lot. So, would you be so kind and, you know, leave? Yeah, you know, that would be nice. Carlo the First of Romania has died. Anyway, I actually gonna end the video here. I want to thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Have a very good day. Bye bye.